Terry versus Browser. Chisel your gravestone. Sleep well. Round 1. Fight.
Hello, this is Zach Panther and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Storm Collectibles, the King of Fighters, Terry Bogard. So looking at the box then, we have the King of Fighters 98 logo at the front with a good little picture, cartoony picture of Terry himself. So at the side of the box we have Terry Bogard, his name at the top with Chinese writing underneath and a nice little picture of Terry himself. At the back of the box there's more pictures of Terry with lots of accessories and lots of different pictures and ways that you can pose him, and some more Chinese writing. I can't read that obviously, but there is some English there. Got the height and weight. And if you want to know, his height is 182 centimeters and weight is 83 kilograms. The first thing I thought when I saw the box was the depth. There's a lot of depth here, and that is due to the amount of accessories, as you can see here. Let's look at the first plastic tray on top. Here's Terry Bogard himself with 4 ponytails, 4 pairs of hands, 3 heads, an extra jacket and some blue fireball. And as you can see that the hands have all come loose as I've stood it upright. I am a fan of a few beat 'em up games, but I don't know everything, and King of Fighters is one I didn't play, but I am very familiar with the character Terry, because I used to play with him back in, I don't know, possibly the early 90s with that game I showed you as my intro, but I don't know the names of these fire blasts or anything. I'm embarrassed to almost admit that I don't know any King of Fighters characters other than this guy here, and this guy for me is very iconic because I remember him through and through the years since the 90s. I just remember seeing his face at the front of computer game covers, so this was a figure that I could not pass on. For the review now, we'll look at the head first and work our way down. With the baseball cap, you've got the words Fatal Fury written on the front panel of the cap, and the upper peak part of the baseball cap is very flexible, like rubbery type of plastic. And at the back of his head on the blonde hair you'll notice there's a hole, and that is where the ponytail will slot into. So let's grab ourselves a ponytail and slot it in the back and see what it looks like. This is one of the different type of ponytails. It looks as though it's been caught in the wind, so it's more up than down. For the jacket, it's the same flexible type of plastic as the upper peak of the hat. If you look at the top of the white t-shirt on the shoulders, there's the rips. Unfortunately, the rips on his left side don't come out of his jacket as much as the rips on the right hand side of his t-shirt do. You might say I'm getting a bit fussy here, but not for me. I want to grumble about it because I want to see the rips on both sides evenly matched. However, this might not be an issue with all the figures, it might be just mine. You might be able to play about with it and sort it out, I don't know. Let's start off with the accessories. You've got 4 ponytails. You've got different shaped ponytails here. You've got the ones that are more upright, caught in the wind, and you've got the ones that just hang down his back, the more relaxed ones, which is clever. With the second jacket, it's the same material as the first. At the bottom you can see it's more open, so this is the more attack mode style of jacket you're going to want to use. And at the back of the jacket, just the same as the first with a star in the back. So here we got 3 extra heads, in total 4 heads. We'll work our way left to right. We got a gritting teeth face in the middle, we got a smirking face, and then we got a more shouting face to the right. So in total 4 heads. So Storm Collectibles didn't have to provide us this many heads, which is good. And going back to the first head that I showed you earlier, it's the more normal straight mouth look. There's 4 pairs of hands we have here, and that's in total, that's 5 pairs of hands, which is quite remarkable. So we got the more open hands, straight fingers, pointy finger type of hands, the more tense, angry hands, and lastly, more sort of relaxed hands. I have no idea what this is. It's like an electricity bolt. This is obviously from the game, and and it's another character I think that has this. I think you build the parts together, judging by looking at the figure at the back of the box, as you can see here. I don't know what you call these flames, but they look like an absolute blast. It's a hard type of plastic, but I've got a rough idea what it is, because obviously at the back of the box it shows you. But as I said, I've never played the game, so I don't know the names for everything. This second blast piece is absolutely huge. I think it measures round about roughly 8 inches in total, so that's a good blast we've got here. Like the first piece, it's a hard, sturdy piece of plastic. Okay then, let's look at the other ponytails. We'll attach a second different type of ponytail now. I think this one is a more attack style ponytail, so when you fight, the wind sort of goes past your shoulders and through your hair and lifts the hair up. So this is the style that we're getting here. And with this third ponytail here, this one's even more upright than any of them. So this one's really quite caught in the wind. So this was a nice little touch by Storm Collectibles. They didn't have to give us 4 ponytails, but they decided to give us 4, and you get the idea, don't you? Like when you attack, the ponytail sort of flips up through the wind. So looking at some of the other ponytails, this is more relaxed style of ponytail. And with this last ponytail here, I wouldn't say it touches the back directly, but you can play around with it a little bit and get it to the more sort of position you want it to. I think this is most likely the ponytail I'm going to choose, the more relaxed one. Let's try all the hands and heads now. So this is the one that the figure comes with, the normal straight mouth face and the fists. So let's look at the second pair of hands and the second head. So we've got the different hands here and a smiling face. Here's the third head with the mouth open, different hands, and he's doing a high kick. Now, this is something to grumble about. We don't have a stand, but I'm going to let Storm Collectibles get away with it because we've got a lot of accessories with this figure, so you can't complain too much. So another look with the face with the gritting teeth, different hands. Now looking at Terry, he's just reminded me of Streets of Rage. It's just popped into my head, don't ask me why. And now I'm thinking of Adam, Axel and Max and the girl as well. Don't know the girl's name, but they'll be good figures to do at Storm Collectibles. Streets of Rage. Something for Storm Collectibles to think about anyway. So looking at the hands, if we take them off, you notice the wristbands come off with it, and that's pretty much the same with most of their figures. And I'm just showing you here what it's like to remove a hand with the peg, etc. I'm sure you know. Just putting on the last pair of hands, the relaxed hands on now. Trying to remove the jacket now, it's not too difficult really, thanks to the flexible style plastic. It's up to you if you want to display your Terry with just the white t-shirt, but personally I don't think it looks right. I don't think it's meant to be displayed without the jacket, so the jacket needs to be on. As you can see, the shoulders don't look right in comparison to the waist and chest. The chest looks too narrow. So here's a look at the second jacket now. I'm not sure what jacket I'm going to pose him in. I don't really care. I'll just try both of them, see what I think's best really. Saying that, I can see the white rips on this t-shirt come out a lot better on the second jacket than the first one, which is good. Looking at the first jacket here, you can actually see how flexible the jacket is, and it works really well with the figure. A real bonus. Seeing that I don't know what it's called, I'm going to call it the Blast Attack, but if you do know what the name is called, then you can let me know in the comments section below. But doesn't this look awesome? Absolutely fantastic. Just copied it right off the box. And let's have a look at the second Blast Attack. To be honest, I don't know any other action figures that you can display as good as these. With all the accessories you get and the articulation, it's going to take a lot to beat these figures out in the market at the moment. I know Marvel Legends can be good, but for the accessories, they're not as good as Storm Collectibles, and obviously they don't have the rubbery substance type of body, so I can imagine you can get way better poses with the Storm Collectibles than Marvel Legends. Front view of Terry taking on Guile here. I'll be honest, Terry reminds me of Ken a little bit from Street Fighter, but with the jeans, cap and coat. I don't know much about King of Fighters, as I said before, but Terry Bogard, whether he can take on Street Fighter Guile, I don't know, but I know that Guile's pretty tough. I know that Guile, I think in one of the manga cartoons, defeated Ryu. So let's have a look at the articulation. The head moves left and right, and it is on a double ball joint. And what's clever about the lower ball joint, that you can't see it due to the rubbery plastic material that covers the joint, and that's very clever. I've never seen that in a Storm Collectibles yet. I don't have them all, but I haven't seen that in a figure yet. And look at this for being flexible. The shoulders go up pretty damn high on this figure. I haven't seen it with some of the others. He's doing a karate kick there from Karate Kid. But yeah, that's pretty high. Double hinged elbows, and this is pretty tight. That is better than most figures I've seen, so that's a big improvement there. The figure's arm can move forward and backwards. We've also got pivot joints in the top part of the bicep. And lastly for the arms, pivot joints in the wrists. Ball jointed torso, and you've got a bit of an ab crunch going on there as well, and also the ball joints for the waist as well. Like some of the bigger Storm Collectible figures I've reviewed, Terry Bogard can do much better splits, but then again he's got much slimmer legs. But you can get some great range. I mean, look at that for doing a kick, high kick. And then we've got a double hinge knee, but it doesn't bend too much. Then we've got joints for the toes as well, and we got good ankle tilts as well, which I haven't been able to see in their last few figures, and they tilt pretty damn well. The trousers might get in the way just a little bit, but very good. And lastly for the legs, we've got joints for the hips. So all in all, good articulation here. The height of this figure now, measured in inches, is roughly about 7.5 inches. Here's a look of Terry standing side by side with the Street Fighter Guile. And Guile won't want to stand with him much longer because he's already taken a good beating already. Street Fighter Chun-Li now standing alongside Terry. But just note that she is on a base, so it makes her taller than what she is. Just looking at Terry, he can almost be Ken's brother or cousin. Just looks like Ken with casual clothes. Now, for my overall score of this figure now, I think I'm going to score it a 9 out of 10. Now, I'm not basing that on the character, because I don't know a lot about the character, but I'm basing it on the figure itself. So, I might prefer other characters to Terry Bogard here, but the way the figure looks, the articulation and the amount of accessories we've received, I'm going to have to give this a solid 9. This figure is well worth getting in, especially if you are a fan of King of Fighters. But this is where I'm going to draw my review to an end, and thanks for watching.